Welcome to SmallTalk by Sfarim Chatter. I'm Nachi Weinstein. On this episode of SmallTalk, I'm going to be joined by Yehuda Lanzkron, who is the founder and CEO of Mansichim, and we'll be discussing the new 5-volume Chumash just published by Mansichim titled The Chumash of Heroes. So thank you, Yehuda, for joining me.
Thank you very much.
So let's start off. Usually I start off these small talks by saying, tell me about the work. But I think it's important here to start off. Let's start off a little bit. Tell the listeners about Mansichim, the organization that published the Chumash, and what it is that you do.
Okay, so Mansichim, as we say, Israel Memorial Project, has been founded after the 7th of October. And the purpose of the organization is to help bereaved families to do memorials. A memorial in Hebrew is Hansacha. So when we make many Hansachot, we say Mansichim. So that's the meaning of the word. And the purpose, as I said, we help families to do different memorials for their sons or daughters that were killed. Our main project, we call it Etz Chaim. Etz Chaim, the project, is a project where we offer each bereaved family that wants to do a Sefer Torah in the name of their son or their fallen, so we help them to get a Sefer Torah. That's the main idea.
What's your connection to this that you decided to get involved and start this organization?
So actually 24 years ago, my youngest brother, Naftali, was murdered by terror on a bomb attack. He was only 13 years old, 3 months after his bar mitzvah. And he learned in a yeshiva in Kdumim, in the Shomron. It's called Yeshivat Bnei Chayil in Kdumim. And every morning they used to go on a minibus from Petach Tikva, where we live, to the entrance to the Shomron. And there they used to get off in a gas station and change to a special bus. They would go every morning into the Shomron, a special bus against bullets. That day, the bus was late 5 minutes, and on those 5 minutes, terror, Arab, Mechabel, he came with a bomb, and he actually bombed himself on the bunch of guys that were waiting for the bus. There were 7 children. 2 were killed and 5 were injured. So actually, since my tragedy of myself and my family, I started my way to get over my tragedy was by doing memorials for my brother. And I did many, many memorials for him, such as 3 Sifrei Torah. We wrote 2 Batei Knesset, a Beis Midrash, some playgrounds, and etc., etc. And actually, after 2 years, one night, my brother came to me in the dream and told me, Yehuda, enough. Enough is enough. You've done enough memorials for me. Please go and help other families who need your help. Those days, that was the second Intifada, where everyday buses were bombed up all around the country. So we had many, many people killed and many bereaved families who wanted also help to do memorials. So actually, I felt that's my brother's tzava'ah. How do we say tzava'ah?
Will.
Yeah, that was my brother's will to me. And actually, that's what I started to help other families to do memorials. Every year, I would say I would help 3, 4, 5 families on a volunteer base. And then October 7 came. And after October 7, I understand that if today I used to help 3, 4 families every year, now I'll probably need to help 400 families every year. Because as you know, in one day, we got another 1,600 bereaved families. And in the last 2 years, since October 7, we have another 1,600 families bereaved families just from Simchat Torah. In the last 2 years, we have 2,000 new bereaved families. So I understand that if I need to help many of them, that was the reason I understand that I have to establish my own organization, Mansichim, Israel Memorial Projects, that I can give all of my time and all of my time and efforts to help these bereaved families. And actually, I said I do 24/7. So people ask me, "What do you mean 24/7? You don't keep Shabbat?" I say, for sure I keep Shabbat, but also on Shabbat, I think about all our fallens and the bereaved families.
Okay, so you mentioned Shabbos. That's an interesting thing, and that's related to this project here. This 5-volume Chumash, the Chumash of Heroes, and this is published in English. The Chumash, where you have let's explain the Chumash and why you decided to publish this 5-volume Chumash. Obviously, you said you work on Sifrei Torah, but this is we're be focusing on here in this episode is this Chumash, where you have in memoriam and a little piece about a fallen soldier. You'll have in the gray box, you'll have the name and when they died, and a little bit about them, almost like the matzeva, like in the gravestone. And then you'll have a Dvar Torah in English. And so let's talk about the Chumash. Why the Chumash, and then what the structure of the Chumash is. Who worked on the Chumash? Tell the listener about the Chumash.
Okay, so as I said, our main project in the organization is, I said in the beginning, is Etz Chaim, where we offer every bereaved family who wants a Sefer Torah in the name of their son to come to us, and we will arrange for them a renewed Sefer Torah. My mission was and is that I want all the soldiers that fell. As you know, we have 1,000 soldiers that fell, but we also have 1,000 residents that fell. But now I'm talking about the soldiers. I wanted all the soldiers that fell, that they should be memorialized in a Torah project. Now, I knew that not all the families will order from us Sifrei Torah. So I thought, how can I memorial all the 960 soldiers that fell on the Iron War, on the Charavot Barzel War? How can I do it? So then, Baruch Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me this idea, and I said, I'll do a Chumash, a set of 5 Chumashim. And in each page, we have, when we open the page of the Chumash, on the right-hand side, we have the Mikra, Unkelos, and Rashi in Hebrew. And on the left-hand side, we have, on every page, we have a page in a memory of one soldier. And as you said, we have it's divided to 3 parts. One part is the biography of the soldier. The second part is memorial words that the family wrote about their son or daughter. And the third part is a Dvar Torah related to the page of the parasha, where the family asked us we asked the families, they should tell us which rabbi they want should write the Dvar Torah on their family. So mostly the Dati families, that approximately 30%, they told us which rabbis they want. The non-religious families, not all of them told us, so we had our Avrechim that sat and wrote down Divrei Torah for all of them. Now, I want to say, we called all the 960 bereaved families and we asked their permission to be part of this project. Only a family that gave us permission, we put them in. So only 818 families out of 960 gave us permission. The other ones, from different reasons, some of them are Arabs, Druses, Christians, whatever. There are some people who didn't want, and we respected their what they said. So only 818 soldiers are now memorial in this project. And I want to say that the war Charavot Barzel actually formally was finished by the 15th of May 2025, And from the 15th of May, we started a new operation that is called Merkavot Gidon. There was Merkavot Gidon Aleph, and then there was Merkavot Gidon Bet. All the soldiers that were killed in Merkavot Gidon Aleph and Bet, that's approximately 61 soldiers, they are not in these Chumashim because we had to stop some time that we can push the project. But Be'ezrat Hashem, by Pesach and Yom HaZikaron, we will do a new edition that we will also put all these 61 soldiers and more soldiers from the first war, that now families that saw the result of the Chumashim, they say, oh, we want to go in as well. So Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll put them in as well.
So a sample of some of the Torah in here, just to give the listener, I'm looking at a page, just a sample in front of me. So you have Reb Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin, and you always read author of Free Tzaddik, and you'll have a header, and then you have on the pasuk that's going on in the Dvar Torah. The next page you have Rabbi Avidan Hazani. So this is, like you mentioned, you'll have Dati rabbis involved here. Then you have Noam Elimelech, and then you have Rabbi Yisuf Karo, the Toldos Yitzchak, the uncle of Rabbi Yisuf Karo, Sham Shafal Hirsch, Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, Rabbi Shaya Halevi Horowitz, who's the author of the Shlah Kodesh. Then you have Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov, so the Baal Shem Tov. Then there is Rabbi Yehuda Aryeh Leib Alter of Ger, so the Sfas Emes. The Oiz V'Oira staff, as you say. So I'm just reading off the different ones. You have your Rabbi Yitzchak Zev Soloveitchik, the Briskerov. So it's a really eclectic mix of different things. Rabbi Pinchas Halevi Ish Horowitz, which is the Haflah. Then the next one is Ramesh Alshich. You have the Alshich. So there's a really wide range. And here's Rabbi Yitzchak David Grossman, the chief rabbi of Migdal Emek. I think many are familiar with him. So there's really like I said, there's really a wide range of Divrei Torah in this Chumash. And besides this, on every page is the in memoriam about the soldier that fell and a little bit about him. Now, I'm curious, why did you decide to publish the Chumash in English versus Hebrew?
No, so first of all, we started with the Hebrew, okay? Baruch Hashem on Erev Sukkot. We got from the printing, the first bunch we printed, 1,500 sets of Chumashim in Hebrew. We gave out through Chol HaMoed all the 818 families that are in the Chumashim. They all got a present from us on Chol HaMoed for Simchat Torah. They got a set, and the rest, 700 sets already were sold. Baruch Hashem, we sold till now in Israel, in 1 month, 1,000 sets in Hebrew. And the English edition, that we wanted an English edition because we think that every Jew home in the world has to have such a set of 5 Chumashim that are memorial 818 soldiers that gave their lives for us, that we can live in Eretz Yisrael. And they gave their lives to save all the hostages, all the hostages came home because of these soldiers that fell. So we have to, the minimum we can do for these soldiers is to have these Chumashim in our house, and every Shabbos to open and read about them and know who they were. These are only names. Now they're only names, 800 names. Who knows who is who? But we felt that not only the Jews in Israel need to remember them, the Jews in all the world have to remember them and be part of this project. And Be'ezrat Hashem, very soon, we will print the English edition. We haven't yet printed the English edition. We're still looking for some sponsors to sponsor the Chumashim. We're selling each Chumash. You can buy the edition and have it on your name. So once we finish selling the 5 editions, then we will, because everything is ready to go down printing. And then we started selling already in the States, actually. We did start selling, but we will print very soon. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I hope by 2 months, people already could have it in their house in the English edition.
thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, when Zevi Kaufman sent me the sample, only sent me the English one, I was wondering, like, why is there only English? There should be Hebrew. Okay, so that makes sense. Now, you mentioned started sales. Is this something that's going to be sold widely in the farm stores or online, or is this something they have to give a donation to an organization? How's that going to work if one wants to get a copy, a set?
Okay. So one thing for sure, it will not be sold in the stores, okay? But it will be sold online, only through our site. And we're working with the Chesed Fund operation. And the price in the States is $360 per set. But the idea behind it is, as you said, you're donating $360 to the Mansichim organization for renewing Sifrei Torahs for the fallen soldiers that fell. And once you give this donation, you're actually doing two things. You're getting a set in English for yourself, and you are donating a set in Hebrew for a bereaved family in Israel. So actually, there's three things. You're donating money for restoring Sifrei Torahs for soldiers. You're donating money and getting a set for yourself, and you're donating a set for a bereaved family in Israel.
Okay, is the Hebrew one available in America as well, if someone is interested in that, or America you're just selling the English one?
So actually now in America we're selling only the English one, but I'm sure that if people will want the Hebrew one, we will know how to do it.
Okay, so who would you say this set of Chumashim is meant for?
So as I mentioned before, I think I have to say a sentence in Hebrew and then I'll try to translate it. In Israel I say that this Chumashim have to be Bekol Bait Yehudi, Bekol Bait Israeli, She'alev HaYehudi Po'em Bo. So I say, every Zionist Jewish house that has a Jewish heart has to have these Chumashim in their house. If they read them, if they open them, or even the children and the grandchildren see it in the Sepharim book, in the Sepharim cabinet, and they know that this is a memorial for all the soldiers that fell in the Simchas Torah war in Israel.
So I'll link in the show notes to the Mansichim website for those interested in purchasing it and how they can get in touch. And thank you, Yehuda, for joining me to discuss Mansichim and the Chumash of the Heroes, the Chumash project.
Thank you very much, Nachi.